Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about the TopBuilder Solutions Dedupe and Merge utility. This is going to be a short presentation on how the utility works, and then we'll walk through a demonstration of how the utility works. And please watch the video to the entire end because there's an important slide about a few things you need to understand before you do use the utility. Okay, so the first release of this utility has two components, okay? The first component is finding or identifying the duplicates, and the second component allows you to merge those duplicates together, and we'll get into some details about that in a second. The first part of the utility, which finds the duplicates, identifies and lists the duplicates by the personal or work email. So it matches up the emails, and if you have a common email, whether it be in the work email address or the personal email address, it identifies that as a possible duplicate, and you can flag it as not a duplicate as well. It also looks at the mobile phone number, and it looks at an exact match of the prospect's, the primary contact, first and last name. Okay. When it identifies the duplicate, it puts it on a screen and it highlights the matching components, whether it be the email, the phone, or their first and last name. Okay? Then the second major part of this utility allows you to merge the duplicates together. Now, the merge portion of the utility allows you to merge together all the details for the lead, and I'll explain the asterisk in a second here. It allows you to merge together the primary contact information, name, phone, email, everything on a contact. It allows you to merge together all the history, and you'll notice this has a double asterisk next to it, and I'll explain what that means in a second. It merges together all your notes. It merges together any additional contacts for the two leads, the spouse, family members, whatever, so that you have them all on the surviving lead. Any documents you have, merges them together, and then it allows you, with the one asterisk there, to pick the follow-up plan that you want to keep on the surviving lead. Okay? And then also decide which agent you want to bring forward to the new lead. Okay, so let me explain the asterisks. The single asterisks mean you can choose what to merge together and throw away maybe other pieces. So if there's a particular phone number or email address or whatever, you merge those pieces of information together and you can choose which items to keep. That applies to the lead, the status, the priority, whatever, and then which items to throw away. A lot of times you'll have a duplicate lead in there and they came from two different sources, and you'll decide, for instance, in this case, under the lead details, which source is the source you want to keep and which source you want to track. The items with the double asterisks are totally merged together. So all of your history from both leads are brought together into the surviving lead. All your notes, all your contacts, and all your documents. Okay? Now let me demonstrate this for you. So on the application itself, from the menu, the Tools and Utilities menu option, this is where you'll go in and you'll run the utility to find your duplicates. Now that was pretty fast, but if you have a lot of duplicates, it may run for a little while. Just keep that in mind. I have 60 duplicates here. However, I want to make sure that you understand that there's actually 30 duplicates, because each duplicate actually shows up here twice. You'll see that this one and this one is the same. But once you merge them together, they both go away from this list. Obviously, you have the highlighted items that are where we found the match. In this case, we've matched on the name and the personal email and the work email. That's a good match. And then in this case up here, we really only matched on the email address. But you'll see here, coincidentally, we've got that same email address for the personal and the work, so it highlighted them both there, which is pretty handy. Now, if you know that this is not a duplicate, you can just flag it as not a duplicate, and it'll remove it from the list. Easy as that. So, for instance, let's say I find this one here. That's not a duplicate. Boom. Now, it refreshes your screen, and we're done. Now, what you can also do is you can search. Okay. Now, I found, based on sandalwood, I found 2 duplicates. It's actually the same one. But that's a way of finding the lead. If you know you have a duplicate in there, you can go in there and search on the name and the description of that lead. Okay? So let me get rid of that. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into this lead and I'm going to merge these 2 together. So I click on the Merge Lead button, and what you'll see is a very detailed set of tabs with all the information that you want to merge together. You can merge the lead information, the primary contact information, the agent, what they're looking for in a home or their preferences. You can decide which follow-up plan you want to bring forward, and then you can check off, do I want to merge all the history, all the notes, and all the documents, which is defaulted. And you can, I don't know why you would change that, but you can decide not to merge all that together. But also, and additionally, you can, well, by default, all the additional contacts are brought together into the new lead, brought forward into the new lead. Now, you'll notice that the lead on the left takes all that information and puts it in the middle, and that is what's used on the surviving lead or moving forward. That's the information that's used moving forward. Now, if you notice that, well, most of the information I want to keep is on the right side versus the left side, you can switch those 2, and then it'll put the one that was on the right on the left, put all its information in the middle, which is the information you want to move forward. Okay, so that makes that a little easier. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go review all this. I'm going to decide what I want to keep and what I want to throw away. Now in this case, I see that maybe I want to keep, well, the job address. I don't have that for one of the leads, so I'm going to push that into the middle. And I actually really found this person from a realtor, not the Parade of Homes. So I'm going to push that into the middle. Now I'm going to talk about this on the next slide, but you can type into some of these fields. Now, there is no validation on these fields. This is not a data maintenance utility. This is a merge utility. So if I'm looking at my primary contact and I want to say, well, hey, look, I know I have a phone number of this, or an email of this, sorry, I can put it in there, but it will not validate that. So if I put a bad email address in there, you're going to end up with a bad email address. But you can do it. Now, some of the fields are locked down and you can't type in, but some of them you can. But again, this is not supposed to be a data maintenance utility. It's a merge utility. Now, moving forward, I can say, well, look, this is not really their last name. This is their last name. Okay. Yep. Nope. That's the wrong phone number. I can pick that phone number. Okay. That is their personal. Okay. I have a duplicate here, so I'm going to use this email. All right. There we go. That looks good. So the primary contact information looks good. The agent information, oh, Sally's really their agent, so I'm going to put Sally in the middle there. Now I'm going to look at the home preferences. Well, on the left side, I don't have a lot of good preferences, but on the right side, I do. So that's the information that I want to move forward. So I'm going to bring that together into the middle. Okay. All good stuff there. Okay, must have good schools. Yeah, I want to keep that, not throw that away. And now I'm going to decide which follow-up plan I want to use. I want to use this follow-up plan. That is the current follow-up plan for them. And now I want to keep all the history, notes, and documents. Now I can hit merge. It's going to warn me, and then it's going to merge all that information together into one lead, and it will delete the old lead, and it'll delete the old contact, and it'll all be merged together. And that's a very effective and powerful tool. Okay, so the last slide that I want to share with you is some helpful hints and some just maybe frequently asked questions. First of all, if for your own sake you might want to back up some of this data just in case you make a mistake. We have a full lead data export program under the reports and analytics, full lead data export, or full contact data export. You can export all your leads and all your contacts and save them to Excel. In case you made a mistake, you can go back and, maybe you missed a phone number or something, you can go back and find it. Now the second thing is, and I showed you this, you can filter your duplicates here. So I can say, well, I know I have a Knowles in there multiple times. I sure do. And then so you can filter by Knowles, or something in the short description or long description like I showed you before. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Now, duplicates do show up in the list twice, but once you remove the duplicate, they're both gone. And now this is very important, and I've already said this a couple times. This is not a data maintenance tool. It's a merge tool. Now, from this list, you can drill down into the lead and do some changes if you want, and then come back to the merge tool. Okay, so you do have the ability to drill down into the lead from there. And then, like I said before, you can enter some information in the data fields that are merged, but there is no validation on those data fields, so be careful with that. This is the first release of the merge utility. There's more to come, but we wanted to share this with you, and I hope you find it very useful. Thank you.